Hey, this is Susie Maitland of Trina Starlight Lounge and Parlor Sports Bar outside of Inman Square in Cambridge. Today we will be making our Parlor Pig Pile, which are our version of nachos, but instead of tortillas, we use potato chips. But first we're going to start with making our salsa con queso. In a pot, you're going to take some oil, and then you're going to take, we have here poblanos and red bell peppers, but if you want to kick it up a notch, you could always use jalapenos as well. And we're just going to sweat these out, so we're not going to cook them very long, just so they're a little soft. And if you need to use more oil, go ahead and put some more in there. You just don't want the peppers to stick to the bottom of the pan. So now that the peppers are a little bit translucent and they're getting soft, we're going to take our butter, put it in there. We're going to melt it down so that we can go ahead and make a roux with the flour. And now that the butter is melted, you're going to go ahead and take your flour and whisk it in. And you're going to cook that out for a couple of minutes once it starts to get bubbly. And then you're going to add your milk and your heavy cream. And you cook this for about 2 minutes until it gets a little thick. Now you see how it's thickened a little bit. You're going to go ahead and take your cheese and your salt and mix that in there until it's nice and melted. And again, it's thickening more. And you can also add tomatoes in here if you want. We don't, because we add tomatoes at the end when we make our Parlor Sports Pig Pile. And there it is, salsa con queso. Okay, so now that the sauce is done, we're going to go ahead and assemble the nachos. And I like to have 2 different piles because that way you get the good stuff in the middle as well, and you're not just sitting there with chips at the end. So pour that on there. Kind of decide how big you want it. And then we're going to go ahead and do a lot of cheese because I love cheese. And then here we use pulled pork, but again, you can use anything you want. If you love chicken, go ahead, throw chicken on there, or, you know, ground beef, chili. Okay. And then we also are going to put some jalapenos. And I personally love pickles again, so here we go, always pickles. So now we're going to go ahead and put this in a 400-degree oven so that we get the cheese nice and melted and the chips are a little bit crispy. So now that the cheese is all melted, we're going to go ahead and plate it. Again, so you have 2 different separate piles. You can just slide that on there. Doesn't matter because it's all messy and melty. And you're just going to slide that one right on there. Any stragglers. Just going to go ahead and do this. And then we're going to go ahead over to our salsa con queso. And we are just going to douse it. And then we're going to go ahead and put bacon on it to make it more piggy, so to speak. Then we're going to take sour cream, big dollop. And then we make our own barbecue sauce in-house, but you can go ahead and use anything you would like, especially if you have a favorite barbecue sauce. It'll totally bring this all together. Finish with chopped tomatoes. and scallions. And it is definitely messy. So here it is. This is our Parlor Sports pig pile.